doing here? Oh, that's right. It's a Wednesday! Yeah! So, comma in to general grammar. Grammar goodies, thank you so much for coming in tonight. And we have a lot of fun planned. What's going to happen? Well, before we get into that, let me go ahead and introduce myself if you don't know me already. My name is Mr. Goodie Grammar, and I'm always here to provide you with all your English grammar needs. So for tonight, yes, we shall be building upon compound sentences, but specifically what we'll be doing is talking about my favorite punctuation mark. What could that be? If you know me, feel free to throw that into the comments section. And whether you're with me on Facebook Live right now or watching this later on YouTube, make sure to participate in the comments. I'll tell you exactly why a little later on. But for now, grammar goodies, as you jump in, I'm going to go ahead and get started with a little outline of what we're doing tonight. So, what will happen is we're going to start out with our sentence shoutouts. These shoutouts go to the grammar goodies that, guess what, participate in the comments section. Whether it's content episodes, words of the week, or even Wednesdays, we go ahead and give you the most amazing shout out for your sentences. So, if you write an amazing sentence tonight, maybe you'll see it next week. But we'll get into that in a sec. After that, we'll jump into a basket breaker. Followed by, of course, compound sentence review. More specifically, guess what? Yeah! Semicolons! Yeah! And then, the grammar goodie shout out of the week. Who will go to? Who had the best sentence that went and blew my mind? Followed by, of course, checkout, where we say bye until next week. But I want to go ahead and get started with some sentence shoutouts. So, sentence shoutouts. This comes from the amazing grammar goodie, Bernardo G. And Bernardo's sentence was, Katzen offered a little evidence to substantiate his claims. Whoa! So he didn't provide evidence. Can't substantiate a claim without evidence. Unless you pay people off. Moving on. Amazing job, Bernardo. That was a perfect use of the word substantiate from our Word of the Week videos. But who's next? All right, it's Abdul R. Awesome job. Abdul's sentence was, he frolicked down the hills while enjoying the weather. Me too. Yeah. A picnic. Yeah, Sound of Music. Cool. So Abdul, great, fantastic job. You used the word frolicked correctly. And that's why you're getting a grammar goodie sentence shout out. Woo! So, grammar goodies, you're probably asking yourself, what are we going to do next? Oh, let me tell you. We're going to jump into a basket breaker.
Uh-oh.
For this week's basket breaker, I want to throw a review question your way. The review question is, what is a compound sentence? Think about it. What is a compound sentence? Bring in that knowledge from our videos about compound sentences, or even last week's Wednesday. And go ahead and put that answer straight into the comments section for me. Woo! What is a compound sentence? And while you do that, I'm going to get amped up on energy drinks. Great! So, what'd you put? I'll go ahead and give you the answer for now. A compound sentence joins two independent clauses together to form one sentence. Taking two independent things and joining it together in a relationship. Like a beautiful matchmaker. Okay, so with that in mind, let me go ahead and give you an example. A squirrel is outside my window, and he is watching me. Just leave me alone. If you notice, we have one independent clause to start it off. A squirrel is outside my window. Followed by a comma, and guess what? A fanboy's. And it's followed up by our second independent clause. He is watching me. So, in this example, we have a compound sentence because we have two independent clauses joined together by a comma and a fanboy to, guess what? Make a compound sentence. Whoa! But, let's get into the meat for today. And by that I mean radioactive waste. That burned. Ugh.
3, 2, 1.
So, here's a quick reminder. Kind of help you out for today's radioactive waste. Remember, an independent clause is a complete thought that has both a subject and a predicate, or verb. For example, he ate all the cereal. What? I'm cooking for Cocoa Puffs! You stole it. If you notice, this is an independent clause because it is one complete thought. This is incredibly important to know because clauses help make up sentences. Particularly tonight, we're going to talk about, again, putting two independent clauses together. But in a different way from last week. So, we're going to talk about compound sentence with semicolons. My favorite punctuation mark. Yeah! Okay. So, you might be thinking, what is the big question we're asking ourselves tonight? The giant question that we're asking ourselves is, how do I use a semicolon to form a compound sentence? By the end of our Wednesday, you'll be able to answer this question right here. But again, you're probably asking yourself as well, what is a semicolon? What is it? And usually when you see it on your keyboard, you're like, avoid, 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 avoid. You avoid it more than your ex at Walmart. I'm in aisle 7, you're in aisle out the door. So, a semicolon is a punctuation mark. And it could be used to join two independent clauses together that are similar in thought. So it's a matchmaker of things that are similar. It's like, wow! And we're going to go ahead, of course, and go through some examples. But again, semicolons, people usually freak out. They're like, how do I use it? And it actually is so simple. So that's why I'm so excited to explain it tonight. Alrighty. So you're asking yourself, what is a semicolon? What does it look like? Here you go. An amazing picture. Has a dot, and then it kind of looks like a comma down there. Alright? It's like half a colon. It's a semicolon. Alright, C- on that cheese. So, whenever you're using a semicolon, it's going to look like this right here. Make sure to put that into your beautiful brain. So, how do I use a semicolon? What you'll do is you'll take your two independent clauses, and guess what? Stick a semicolon between the two. So it goes first independent clause, semicolon, second independent clause. It's quite simple. So, let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's go ahead and break down this example. What I'm going to do is first, I'm going to list off 2 independent clauses. That way you already know, going into the creation of our compound sentence, what the independent clauses are. So let's say our first independent clause is, my puppy is a secret agent. And the second independent clause is, I think he is currently on a mission in Bangkok. Whoa! Pupperoo! So, we have 2 independent clauses, 2 complete ideas. And we're going to go ahead and put a semicolon between them to create a compound sentence. Let me show you what I mean. So, let's say we want to combine them. They are related in idea, so we can use a semicolon. So what we'll actually end up doing is we'll get this final example right here. My puppy is a secret agent, semicolon. I think he is currently on a mission in Bangkok. What? All we did is went boop, 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 and threw that semicolon between the 2 related independent clauses. Not so difficult, right? It's really important that when making your sentence structures, to break them down to ensure that you have all components needed to either use a punctuation mark or form this type of sentence. So you need to make sure, again, that you have an independent clause on this side and an independent clause on this side in order to use the semicolon. It's simple, easy peasy. Let me go ahead and show you the formula. Again, IDC doesn't stand for I don't care. It stands for independent clause. I'm trying to understand our formula. So we have 1 independent clause plus that saucy semicolon followed by another independent clause. So you can kind of think about it as there are 2 independent people, right? They're single. They're doing their own thing, Jojo babe. And guess what? We don't want their lives to be simple and just they're on their own. Let's say they would be in a great relationship with one another. They have a lot of things in common. Well, what happens is this semicolon swoops in and goes, hey, person A, I hear you like this. Well, person B also likes this. So, I think you guys should get together. The semicolon is basically the matchmaker of punctuation marks. It brings things together. Let's go ahead and dive into a couple more examples. Alright, next example. My face feels like it is sliding off my body. Semicolon. The effects of sleep deprivation are finally taking effect. I just want to take a nap. In this example, you can see we have 2 independent clauses. The first one being, my face feels like it is sliding off my body. Fact. And then we have the semicolon following it, so we know that we need to have another independent clause come after that. So, we have the second independent clause. The effects of sleep deprivation are finally taking effect. Because I just need to take a nap real quick. No, I can't. It's a Wednesday. So, this is definitely a compound sentence because it is a semicolon joining 2 independent clauses together. Let's move on. Next example. The snow yeti would not come out of his cave. Semicolon. I think he might be depressed. Oh, counseling, Yeti, counseling. In this example, we are using that semicolon correctly. The snow yeti would not come out of his cave. That's an independent clause. And I think he might be depressed. That's another independent clause. Since they're related in ideas, they build off one another, then we can put that semicolon right in between them. It joins them together, and it indicates that they have a relationship in thought. Pretty cool, right? Alrighty, and then this example right here. The Joker could not stop laughing, semicolon. I think he might be a little crazy. I'm crazy about semicolons. Perfect. So, we see the Joker could not stop laughing. Is that an independent clause? Tell me in the comments section. What do you think? The Joker could not stop laughing. Absolutely. Then we see a semicolon followed by another independent clause. I think he might be a little crazy. Pretty cool. This is a compound sentence created by a semicolon. Huh? So, I need to lay this into your brain forever. So, grammar goodies, go on this journey with me. Remember this moment because it is precious. What you need to understand is that when you use a semicolon to join two independent clauses together, do not, I repeat, do not use a comma or a fanboys with the semicolon. The semicolon's strong enough on its own to join the independent clauses together. It doesn't need a fanboys or a comma to be able to do so. And if you had a fanboys and a comma and a semicolon, that's too many matchmakers in the dating scene, right? On the dating scene, just what? You only need that one, that semicolon to join them together. Or else it just becomes a giant, giant mess. So let's look at this. This is an incorrect example. My mother is English, semicolon, and my father is American. Why is this incorrect? Please tell me. My mother is English, semicolon, and my father is American. If you know the answer, go ahead and throw it into the comment section. Whether you're with me on Facebook Live right now for Whoa Wednesday, or you're watching this later on YouTube. Let me know. Well, the big issue right here is this. The semicolon and the fanboys and. But why? Well, you have a semicolon followed by a fanboys, and as we just learned up here, we don't need this fanboys. The semicolon is strong enough on its own to put them together. If we wanted to use this and, we would get rid of that semicolon and use our other way of making a compound sentence, a comma and a fanboys. So we would get this. My mother is English, comma, and my father is American. So if we wanted to use the fanboys, we have to pair it with a comma. If you pair it with a semicolon, not correct. Because here would be the correct creation of this sentence using a semicolon. My mother is English, semicolon. My father is American. If you notice, we have two independent clauses and a semicolon in between them, without a fanboys anywhere in sight. It's like the comic convention fanboys. You're not going to find them all the time at some sporting events. They are discussing Marvel and Dungeons and Dragons. Just like me. So, keep that in mind. Again, if you use a semicolon, you don't have to use a fanboys or a comma. Semicolons are strong enough to do it. Alrighty. So, final note. I know I'm throwing a lot your way, but it is so important that you realize that your two independent clauses need to be related in ideas, in thoughts. They need to have something to do with one another. If they don't, you can't pair them up. Let me go ahead and show you what I mean. Let's say we have this sentence. I cannot stand the opera, semicolon. My favorite pizza is pineapple. That's a fact. I hate. Well, it's not a fact. I just lied again. My favorite pizza is not pineapple. It's a crime against humanity. But what is also a crime against humanity is how the semicolon's used. Our first independent clause says, I cannot stand the opera. And the second independent clause is talking about pizza. What do those have to do with one another? Nothing. So you wouldn't be able to use a semicolon here. However, if you had this sentence, I cannot stand the opera, semicolon, the theatrical singing makes me uncomfortable. Now that's a fact. So if you notice, we have to have two independent clauses that are related in ideas, or else we can't use that semicolon. It doesn't work. Think about it in this way. If you had two friends, and they have absolutely nothing in common, would you matchmake them or, have them become friends? No, they have nothing in common. So you wouldn't do that. Much like a semicolon won't join together two independent clauses that have nothing to do with each other. Alright, so I'm throwing a lot at you. A lot. So I think it's time we ask for some employee assistance. Help us.
We need some employee assistance.
So, for this week's employee assistance, I'm going to go ahead and read off a couple of sentences. In the comments, I want you to write the following. If the sentence uses a semicolon correctly, you're going to go ahead and put, yes, it does use that semicolon correctly. If the sentence that I read off does not use the semicolon correctly, you're going to go, no, it does not. This way we can start identifying the different circumstances in which we can use a semicolon and the different circumstances in which we can't use it. So again, reiteration. Whether you're with me on Facebook Live right now for a Whoa Wednesday or watching this later on YouTube, participate in the comments section. For each sentence that I read off to you, write yes if it uses a semicolon correctly, and no if, guess what, it doesn't use a semicolon correctly. Think you got it? Give me a thumbs up on this video if you're good to go, because I am. So, let's go to our first example. His behavior is indicative of a psychopath. But I could tell that he truly, truly loves me. Is this using the semicolon correctly? Let me read it one more time for you. His behavior is indicative of a psychopath, semicolon, but I could tell that he truly loves me. We all love the crazies. So, does this use the semicolon correctly? Put yes into the comments if it does. Put no in the comments if it doesn't. And while you're doing that, I want to just go ahead and remind you that indicative is the word of the week this week. Whoa! So check it out on our YouTube page. So, what did you come up with? Well, the answer is no! No, 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 no! Let me tell you why. Right here, we have the semicolon next to a fanboys. Do you remember that? Guess what? We shouldn't be putting fanboys right next to that semicolon. No! What we would do is get rid of it and add something else that isn't a fanboys to show that transition. His behavior is indicative of a psychopath, semicolon. However, comma, I could tell that he truly loves me. So, it was incorrect because we had a fanboys there, and we don't want that. Pretty easy, right? Let's go ahead and move on. Is this sentence using a semicolon correctly? Let's find out. The bullies teased the T-Rex for having short arms. He did not like that and ate them. That got violent really quickly. So, with this, does it use the semicolon correctly? Put yes in the comments if it does, or no in the comments if it doesn't. And I'm going to read it one more time for you. The bullies teased the T-Rex for having short arms, semicolon. He did not like that and ate them. No, 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 no. What do you think? Should I give you the answer yet? Okay, I'll definitely do it. The answer is yes. This is totally a compound sentence that uses a semicolon correctly. We have two independent clauses joined together by a semicolon. That's exactly how we use it, right? Even at its most basic level, in order to practice using a semicolon, keep your independent clauses nice and easy. He went to the store, semicolon. He bought milk. Perfect. All right, so let's go on to question 3. Is this correct? She was ready for prom. Platypuses stormed the castle. Whoa! And depending on your geographical location, you can either call it platypuses or platypi because it's a group. There's more than one platypus. So, she was ready for a prom, semicolon. Platypuses stormed the castle. Is this using the semicolon correctly? Let me know. Put yes into the comments if it is, or no if it's not using that semicolon correctly. And while you do that, I'm gonna get myself going with some more energy. Yeah! Okay, everyone. Let's see what the answer is. No! No, no, no! It doesn't use the semicolon correctly. But why, Mr. Goodie Grammar? Ha! Great question, voice at the back of my brain. It does not use the semicolon correctly because guess what? Our two independent clauses have nothing to do with each other. You have a beautiful story about a young woman going to prom. She's ready to dance and mingle with all the gentlemen callers. Or women callers, who knows? Diversity. So, we can't use that, right? What do they have to do with one another? Nothing. So, a correct way of using the semicolon in this case would be, she was ready for prom, semicolon. Her mother was awestruck by her daughter's beauty. Oh, wow. This is the life and times of Celeste Hawkins. Yeah. Alrighty. And the next one. Is this correct? Mario should join the track team. Semicolon. He is a fantastic jumper. me, Mario! No star. I didn't get coins or a star. So, is this using the semicolon correctly? Mario should join track. Semicolon. He is a fantastic jumper. So, put yes in the comment section if this is correct, or no, if there's something a little wrong there. Alright, I'll give you the answer. Correct! Yes! It totally works. We have one independent clause. Mario should join track and field. Added that on there. Semicolon. He is a fantastic jumper. Two independent clauses that have something to do with one another, and that semicolon in between them. It's easy, right? Yeah, we're using semicolons on Wednesday. Ha. So now, I think it's time that I check you in the aisle. I want to know what you learned. So it's time to do an aisle check. Ha. So, for this week's aisle check, I'm going to ask you to get a little saucy and creative, alright, grammar goodies? What I want you to do is write a compound sentence that uses a semicolon and put it into the comment section. Again, make a compound sentence so those two independent clauses join together with a semicolon. Because that's what we learned about, right? Let's see if you mastered this concept, which I know you did. So you'll put that into the comment section. And just think about it. If this example was absolutely incredible, you could see it on the next Wednesday, because you might just get a Grammar Goodies shout out. Pretty cool. So make sure to throw those into the comments, whether you're on Facebook Live right now with me or on YouTube later on. Come up with stuff and have some fun using the semicolon. Alright, so now, with that in mind, let's go ahead and check out. You gotta go at some time, right? Okay, upcoming, just to remind you about all the amazing things we have going on at General Grammar, let me lay this out. As you know, we have Word of the Week every Sunday. The word of the week right now is indicative, so make sure to check that out. We have live sessions every Wednesday, but I forgot what they're called. What are the live sessions on Facebook called? Oh yeah, they're called Wednesday. And then we have content episodes every other Friday, such as episode 17 right now, compound sentences with semicolons. So, if you need more information about how to use a semicolon correctly, make sure to check that episode out. And sentence shoutouts regularly, alright? Whether it's on Instagram or on a Wednesday. And what do you want me to teach? I want to make videos that you want to see. So go ahead and also put that into the comment section as well. I'm going to create a plethora of amazing videos just for you grammar goodies. But now, I think it's time for the Grammar Goodie Sentence Shoutout of the Week. Who could it be? Oh, can I get a drum roll, please? Make sure to do it at home. I want to hear it. The sentence shout-out of the week goes to, of course, yes, the most ultimate grammar goodie, Jai Guruji. You make me proud. The sentence is, the year 2020 was one year that was filled with calamity and trepidation. When the clock struck the 12 a.m. mark on December 31st, my body was ecstatic with energy as this year that brought an insidious amount of pain was finally over. Whoa! Jai Guru G, look at all the words of the week you used in there. Everyone get on that level. Remember, you have to consistently apply your knowledge of vocabulary words into the sentences in order to, guess what? Remember them. You can't just go, wow, I watched this video once and I'm a master when it comes to this word. No, you have to use it in your writing, right? And even in conversations. So, Jai Guruji, you have so many grammar goodies, shoutouts of the week, so keep it up. And if you want to receive the Grammar Goodie Sentence Shoutout of the Week, make sure to participate in the comments section. I want to see some crazy things.
Can't get enough general grammar? Make sure to sign up on www.mrgoodiegrammar.com to become a grammar goodie. There, you'll receive extended episodes, guided notes, worksheets, PowerPoints, quizzes, and so much more. Also, follow us doing Wednesday live streams on Facebook, random dances on TikTok, and handing out grammar challenges on Instagram. With all these resources, you can't help but have the best time learning about English grammar. Whoa!
Alrighty, everyone. Make sure that you find us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and, of course, www.mrgoodiegrammar.com. Go there for sure, because guess what? If you sign up, you can receive so much exclusive content, including video quizzes, extended episodes, worksheets, and maybe even a couple of podcast videos. That are only exclusive to the Grammar Goodies on our website. So again, go to www.mrgoodiegrammar.com and sign up today. Well, sadly, Grammar Goodies, that's it for tonight. How'd you do? I know you did amazing, and I can't wait to read the comments. I love spending my Wednesdays with you. My name is Mr. Goodie Grammar, in to general grammar anytime, especially on a Wednesday. I'll see you next time.